Hey everybody, it's Maggie Mulhern from Modern Salon TV. I am here with the Shelley Gregory hair. It's so exciting. We're behind the scenes at a photo shoot. And Shelley, it's April 2019. How many followers do you have right now?
101,000, I think I just hit.
That's so good. And what she says is her life has changed since Instagram, that your whole world is upside down in a really good way.
Yeah,
But the latest thing now is you're doing a lot of live. And what I want to ask you for the modern audience is your tips for going live. And let's start, I know there's either Instagram Live or Facebook Live. Let's start with Facebook Live. What are your top tips?
So Facebook Live, you have to remember that it doesn't delete. So Instagram goes away after 24 hours, but Facebook stays forever. So people can keep commenting and watching until you delete it. So I'm a little more edited on, and the lighting perfect because the picture's a little better on there than Instagram. So I think just put a lot more thought into your Facebook Lives.
How about doing vertical, horizontal, landscape versus portrait?
I think it depends on what you're doing. If you're doing like a really specific technique, you're going to go vertical up and down because you want a close up on it. But if you're doing like a whole look with a backdrop, then obviously you want horizontal. Yeah.
Okay, and what about time of day for your posting?
Time of day, that's a good question. I've never hit that nail on the head because it depends on what coast you're on, what city you're in, what country you are in. I think just do what's best for you, where you're going to perform your best.
What if you're in a salon situation where you don't have great lighting? I mean, right now what we've done is we have a light behind us. We have actually a window, natural light. But if you're in a salon where you don't have natural lighting, what advice do you have?
Good lighting is, if you don't have good lighting, get it. Because I don't think people are going to click on it and watch it and stay watching it if they can't see what you're doing. That is so important. So if you have to borrow a ring light or just find good light outside in the shade, good lighting is the most important, I think.
How long should your videos be?
I would say no more than 20 minutes. People kind of lose interest, especially us hairdressers. We get a little bored and ADD. So I don't think more than 20 minutes, you're going to kind of lose them, unless you're changing subjects throughout.
Yeah, and there's one thing about just the setup in general. Like, we are in a salon setting, and we make sure we have kind of a not too busy background. But even music, talk about music, because we had a situation here.
Yeah, definitely know your music, but that can also be really distracting unless it's going with what you're doing, which might be cool, a little choreographed music and hair. But yeah, they need to hear clearly what you're saying, and you don't want music that you can't be using blasted all over your page.
Yeah, if you don't have royalties, or if it's royalty-free, if it's not royalty-free music, you will be taken down.
Yes.
So, and also you have to be aware, if you have clients in the background, some of them may be in the witness protection program and they don't want to be on there. You have to check with your clients and staff.
Definitely. Don't show people that don't want to be showed, or maybe they just don't have their face on, or maybe they're tired. They don't want to be in there. So yeah, check every angle of your background.
How about advice for the model that you're using if you're doing some kind of a service that needs to process, or a blow dryer? You know, we advise maybe having one finished model or one mannequin head model.
That's a good question. So when I usually do color on Facebook Live, so I like to have half the head completely done and don't show that until the end. So I'll do the technique on one half and then turn her around for the reveal so they can see the full thing right away.
Yeah, we've also learned that a lot of people will watch without the sound on. So did you know that?
Yeah, I do that actually.
Oh, yeah. So you watch it without the sound on. That's so funny. Obviously, we didn't do a lot of pre-interview here. So you have to have something going on. Like, normally talking heads, hopefully you're listening to this, but people don't really tune in for talking heads. They may because it's you, but yeah.
I think too, they like to read, I like to read people's questions. If they're asking questions that are really interesting, then I'll turn the volume up, or I just like to see people doing hair because that's so satisfying, watching someone do hair.
Okay, so then how is Instagram Live different for you?
Instagram Live, I think, is a little more free, I guess you could say. It doesn't have to be quite as edited, and you can have more fun with it because you know it's going to go away after 24 hours, so don't be so serious about it.
Okay, and again, any other tips, horizontal, vertical?
Vertical, for sure. I think the picture's clear. That's how people look at Instagram, so you're going to do your best with that.
Well, thank you so much. Thanks for giving us this time. I know you have a big shoot today, and we love the new hair.
Thank you.
Really nice. It is her hair. People ask her that all the time.
I love Modern Salon. Thank you.
Thank you. I like that. Thanks a lot. Bye.